Good evening, viewers, and welcome for this fantastic program where we exchange our views, our different dimensions, how we look at things in the recent past. First of all, as of today, I'm very excited on the ongoings. Like, for instance, when I saw the CHAN that is going to take place from 3rd or 2nd of August all the way to 30th, and to note that we have Kasarani Stadium, that for over 37 years has never been renovated to the level that it is right now. And not only that, we have with 2 stadiums inside there. We have Utalii College. There is an internationally, refurbished stadium there. Nyayo Stadium today was handed over, right? We have Lindsay, we have the police stadium, and we have stadiums across the country, of course, ongoing. But I'm talking about these 2 major ones. There's also even the Talanta one in Ngong Road, 60,000 seater. This is amazing discussions that we need to have as a nation. Kasarani, 60,000 seater. And I would be encouraging Kenyans that as young people, let's come and now bring out our talents. I was looking at the other countries, the East African countries. There's none that matches Kenya. At least it's also some of the work that has been done by the Kenya Kwanza government, the government of President William Ruto. Of course, something else also that captured my attention this week was the Nairobi Rivers regeneration program. Why am I talking about this? I want to also talk of the good things that nobody would ever imagine they would happen in our country. Nairobi River, you know how terrible it was, but look at the stories that are happening in that space. It is going to be one of the fantastic places, part of the things that are happening around our environment. When you hear that in the next few years, actually expect that some of those places are the places we will even be having fish, right? Fantastic, programs that are being done. I don't want to talk about the SHA and those other kind of things. I'm just talking about the simple ones that are just within, that are changing and shaping our world. Now, when it comes to the political aspect, I had someone here, my colleague, he was talking about some of these empowerment programs that we've been attending. I have been part of them. We've been going right, across the country, supporting our own friends in some of the programs. Because if I have a program in my constituency and I invite you, like I'm doing an empowerment program, what is so wrong if I invite my friends, including the Speaker of the National Assembly or Deputy President? Is there anything wrong? Did the rampage just start yesterday? This has been there all time, long time ago. That has also happened in my constituency, and it has changed the lives of the people. I know you would say that there are other programs that need to be done, but if I find that as one of the ways that we keep even selling the programs of government, talking about the simple things like SHA that people need to register, other programs that government is doing, we get the opportunity now to engage the locals and tell them some of the things government is doing. So this is some of the things that we've been doing when we be going around the country. Now, of course, there are some of those sad events that have happened, the Sabasaba, Mandamanus, that at some point blow our minds as well. When we see, trying to really objectively understand what are the motives of some of these Mandamanus that goes into destruction of properties of people, which pains. And along the course, we have the statistics. By the way, I was told over 635 police officers in this country were injured. Right? I know we keep talking about the other bit, the emotional bit that we begin creating, that this happened. And most of these officers, by the time they were being injured, they also had, the arms and everything that they are supposed to use. But most of them were restraining themselves not to use this. So that when we want to create now emotions of people, which I really feel so bad when I see parents crying because they've lost their loved ones. When I hear even the story of Juliet Njoki, that my colleague here is trying to create emotions around it. But when you hear also, when autopsy is being done, there was nothing that, that seems to put like this girl was tortured, somewhat. But people want to create emotions. There was a big problem in Nanyuki over the same, only to realize later, indeed, those are just imaginary creations of people. But I want to say that it was quite sad what happened, the destruction of property, the wanton destruction of property, the pain I saw business people who employ in excess of 200, 500 people having to lose, which means then that there are so many families, young people, who don't have jobs right now on account of the same. So it brings also an aspect that we are trying to say as a country, can we have a discussion? If there are problems, can we talk about them? Do we need to go destroy people's property? So that when police, and then we gut the police officers. Why would you want to destroy this country? Because when you cut the police officers, they are not able to act. I have told you, over 635 police officers, some of them were gravely harmed. So I'm talking about. So basically, so some of those things that happened along the course of the period that we've been away that were not quite good. And I still say that I do not support any Kenyan being harmed, but at the same time, we need to also, being killed on excess force, all right? But at the same time, what I'm saying is we also need to give a fair, assessment on the kind of force that needs to be used. So basically, I think the country is still on the right trajectory. And being a Christian, and a born again for that matter, by the way, there is nothing wrong when pastors across the country pay a visit to the leadership of the nation. I have several who pay me a visit back home. It is very important sometimes to hear from them. They are the grounds people. They can sometimes share with you something. They can pray for you. They can discuss with you matters on how to run the nation. So I don't see anything wrong when servants of the Most High God in this nation find their way to have an engagement with the president of the country. So I still say that was good. We should encourage such kind of conversations.
I wanted just to ask, because the issue